Hello everyone. Today's session we will discuss regarding pilot plant and scale up consideration for the liquid orals. Before start with the liquid orals, first we see what is the pilot plant. That concept used in the pharmaceutical industry. So that is nothing but a part of a pharmaceutical industry where a lab scale formula is transformed into the viable commercial product. So you have to convert that formula in the form of the pharmaceutical product by the development with the help of practical procedures for the manufacturing. Next terminologies we will see here is the scale up. Scale up is nothing but that drug products are manufactured by a procedure that is a representative of the whole batch or the large scale commercializations in the scale of consideration. Next definition we will see here meaning is the liquid orals. Liquid orals are nothing but that liquid dosage forms or that preparation. They contain the single ingredient or the mixture of ingredients with or without additives dissolved in a suitable vehicle. And that liquid oral specifically designed for the oral administration. So examples are the solutions, suspensions, emulsions, and the syrups. When we prepare the liquid orals, so we have to design the flow. So there is a various flow in the according to the physical form of the products. So they are what is their consistency? Depending upon their consistency and how it pourable one, so they can display the various behaviors or the flow pattern. That is, they can display the Newtonian flow, pseudoplastic flow, and that flow should be that Newtonian and the pseudoplastic flow. That behavior should be at the room temperature, because when you can increase or decrease the temperature, flow should be changed. So at the room temperature, that liquid oral shows the which flow depending upon that consistency or that products, you can choose the what is the different physical forms, whether it is the syrup, solutions, emulsions, or the suspensions. And that liquid dosage form, that may be the dispersed stream or the solution. Dispersed means one phase is the mix up with the other phase. If both are in a suspension case, there is a solid particles are the dispersed in a liquid vehicle. In the emulsions, there is the oil is a dispersed in the water phase, or water phase is a dispersed in the oil phase. In case of the solution, homogeneous phase is the form. Next, we will see steps in the liquid manufacturing process. So what are the general steps? So first is the planning of material requirement. This is the first general requirement. We will prepare the any dosage form. So when you can start with the laboratory trials, so the planning, what are the materials are the required for that? What are the, whether you prepare the solution, whether you prepare the emulsions, or whether you prepare the suspension. So according to the formula, you can decide that what are the materials are the required. So in case of the solutions, you require that the solution tank size, type of the impeller is required for the mixing. Then the liquid preparation. So which preparations you prepare? Whether it emulsion, solution, suspension, then the filling and packing, and finally the quality assurance. Whether you prepare that product, they are fall under the quality or they have to comply the all testings or the not. So that in case of the solution, you can consider that what is the tank size of the diameter during the mixing process, which type of the impellers are you have to implement it, its diameter, rotational speed, number and mixing capacity of that impeller, number of baffles, and the clearings between the baffles. So these are the all are the mixing assemblies are used in case of the preparation of solution. So they are having the impact on that of the overall formulation process. In case of the suspension, you have to consider the various parameters, that is the addition and the dispersion of your suspending agent, because suspending agent stabilize the suspensions. And the apparatus used in the lab scale are the different for suspension and the scale up. So in scale up scale, you prepare on the large scale. So you can decide that what is the mixing speed, selection of the equipment according to the batch size. You can use the various mesh size for the screening of the particle. Those are the suspending agents you have to add it, or the particles are dispersed in a dispersion medium. In case of the emulsions, there is a various mixing apparatus play the important role, because that globules should be completely dispersed in the oil, or the oil globules completely dispersed in the water phase. So mixing, homogenize equipments in process, and the final product filters, screen, pump, filling equipment. What is the volume of your overall phase, phase viscosities, and the phase densities. So these are the all points are very important according to the dosage form. Which dosage form you prepare. During the all liquid orals mixing is the play the various important roles. So various mixers are used for that purpose. So planetary mixers are used, for example. Then in case of the homogenizers, various homogenizers are used to make the both phases are the miscible. If any particles or the any contaminations are the present, you can use the filtration assembly, and the bottling assembly is a use for the filling purpose, because all are the liquid products, they are the fill in the bottle. So which are the filling bottling assembly you can use. So these are the various equipments are used in case of the manufacturing of the liquid orals. So when you prepare the suspension, so various agents are added. So first you can use the wetting agents, so that for used to completely dispersion of that of the API with the vehicle. Then you can also use the various protecting agents for the API. These are the various case studies we will see here. What are the critical aspects you have to mainly focus during the manufacture. Next one is the protecting the API. So certain times there is a changes in the pH, they can degrade the API. So you have to protect that API. So for that purpose, you can use the various polymers, buffering system you can use, and the antioxidant. Antioxidants are used to then prevent the oxidation if any of the agents having the oxidizing property. So antioxidants are used to protect them. You can use the aesthetic appearance to that of your formulation. So for that purpose, you can use the color. To avoid the sedimentations, you can add the suspending agent, and then you can use the flocculating agents. Another, if your drug or the various ingredients you have to use in the formulation, if they are having the unpleasant smell, some are having the bad odor, at that time you can use the flavoring and the sweetener. So these are the critical aspect in case of the formulation of suspensions. Next one is the formulation aspect of the emulsions. So first one is that in case of the emulsion, so particle size is associated with the globules, because both phases are the liquid one. So if you have to use the any excipient, so you can use the solid particles or the droplet particles. So size is very much important. If there is a if a phase separation or there is a change are the form, so they can create a stability problem with that of the emulsion. Next one is also same with that of the suspensions. You can use the protecting the API. So you can use the buffering system, polymers, and antioxidants you can use. Then you can also use the appearance. So there is a no phase separation. Oil and water phase are completely homogeneous to each other. So for that purpose, you can use the coloring, emulsifying agent, penetration enhancers you have to use, and the gelling agents. And last one is again you can use the various oils here. So for that purpose you can use the for masking that taste and the smell of that of the oil. So for that purpose you can use the sweeteners and the flavoring agents. Next, that is a formulation aspect with that of your solutions. So again, solutions where some drugs are completely dissolved in the vehicle form, and in case of that, you have to also protect with the buffers, antioxidants, and the preservative. Then again, you can maintain the appearance by using the various stabilizers. You can make it attractive with the coloring agent. And for the purpose, if you were drug having the low solubility in the solvent, then you can use the co-solvent. When you added the co-solvent, at that condition solubility is the increases. In case of the solution, so main vehicle is the aqueous one, the other one also, but antimicrobial agents you have to add it to preserve them, still the shelf life. Sweeteners and the flavoring agents you can add it for the masking the taste and the smell. So these are the various critical aspects in the liquid manufacturing of that of the pilot plant basis. So when you can prepare the any other dosage form, so various stages of the operations you have to critically analyze. What are the changes you have to consider in the lab level, and what are the challenges for faced during the scale up? Because in case of the lab level, you prepare the small scale, so there is certain problems are arise. The same is not arise in the scale up. Scale up having the different problems. So in case of the scale up process, various parameters, that is the tank selection is very important. Then the mixing, it should be proper one. Then the dispersion, so what are the different shear forces are used to make the dispersion, and the filtration and the clarification one. All should be having the free from the contaminants or the dust particles or any other. Then the transfer and filling process. So in case of the liquid, so various methods are used for the filling in the large scale. That is the volumetric filling. So in the volumetric filling, you can fill the specific volume. Gravimetric filling, you can feel the specific weight under the influence and the constant volume filling. Certain GMP considerations you have to carry out in a case of the pilot plant consideration for the liquid orals. So first one is that equipment qualification, process validation, you have to properly validate one. Regular process review and the re-evaluation, you have to follow the always standard operating procedure in case of the manufacturing. Adequate provisions for the training. All other personnel working in that of the liquid manufacture, they have to properly train one to avoid the troubleshooting problems. Well-defined technology transfer system you have to use, and orderly arrange all equipment. So all are the processes you can use in the liquid manufacturing. So you have to properly arrange, so that orderly arrangement of the equipment to avoid any problems in that of the manufacturing. So these are the considerations you have to consider when you can uh, start with the pilot plant and then the scale up consideration for the liquid orals.